first point. My first point is keep what is good in the traditional and never forget to progress. Think outside the box as well. Okay? So Keith Tong just now spoke there. So let me speak from here. Alright, to all of you. So let me begin with a big thank you to the school for hosting us today, for inviting us, and it couldn't have got any better. The kind of, what do you call that, preparations and the way you have organized this event. And I'm happy to see all of you here. Welcome everyone, and greetings to all the honored guests, students, everybody. So, let me start off with the results. SPM results are out. You are looking at it in your home, saying how many A's, how many credits, distinctions, whether there are any subjects that you failed. After looking at it, everybody in the house is very excited. They too want to know. You receive a lot of phone calls from your friends. That would be a very critical time of your life. Very, very critical. Because everybody at that time is going to give you different kinds of advice. You'll be bombarded by your parents, your friends, your teachers, people whom you know, extended family. Everybody will be giving you some kind of input. What to do next? So all this sometimes will be very similar, sometimes it will be competing advice, with everybody planning what you should do. So the best thing, one of the best things to do is to be prepared, to plan for that day. And the preparations have to go on, starting from now. Make sure you have a plan, because when you don't have a plan, everybody is going to plan for you. Plan what you should do. So it is best that you yourself have a plan. Okay? I won't go into studying strategies and what do you call it, learning styles. Okay? Or what time of the day you study best. Right? I'm sure your teachers would have given you a lot of information. But do visualize what's going to happen at that time. In order to be smiling when the results come, the work has to go in now. And it's not too late. It's SPM. You can do a lot of things within these few months. So plan for it. Everybody gets how many hours per day? 24 hours. Okay? So you plan within that 24 hours per day what you can realistically do. Plan your study, your leisure, and time with social media. Okay? You don't have to cut yourself off from social media, but always have a balance with that. So once you have got your results, then you have to decide what next, where to go. That is why you need to make informed decisions. Get as much information as you can. Run through the internet. It's all there now. If you wish to do accountancy, what kind of results are expected? What are the subjects you must excel in? Get to know that right from the beginning. If you haven't done that yet, at least at this stage, find out what are the prerequisites to go next. The next step. Minimum requirements at least. Okay? So, what are the number of A's you require and which are the subjects, because it is a combination. Certain disciplines will require you to have certain subjects for you to excel, right? So let us shift from there a bit to the university life. Okay, Mr. Keith Tong made a very important point. In real life, which he engages in, if you make a mistake, you pay a heavy price, a penalty. That is why the university is a very nice time for you to do trial and error. When you do accountancy there, it is not real money you deal with. Alright? It's all tokens. So you really don't lose anything. It's a time to learn, time to experience. So let me tell you a few things about university life. I believe you have heard a lot. The first thing, for the first time, you are at a very independent stage. You have a lot of independence. You don't have your mother and father sitting with you all the time. When you go to the university, the lecturer will not tell you, did you study today? Have you covered? Do you have a study plan? You are very independent when you go to the university. So, where do you develop your independence? Starting from now, learn to be independent, because that will be something that you really require when you are in the university, to be independent. And that independence has to be used wisely when you enter the university. Are you going to attend pop concerts? Are you going to spend a lot of time on WhatsApp messages, TikTok? You will decide. Nobody tells you. Okay? So, with that independence comes responsibility. The next thing that you should excel in is not just your studies. Work on your soft skills. When you're out in the job market, remember the job market, Keith Thom will tell you, the job market can be a very cruel place. It's good to know that right from the beginning. It can be a very cruel place. They have their criteria, they choose whom to select. So one of the best places to improve your soft skills is in the university. Don't shy away from co-curricular activities. Get involved with societies. There you learn a lot of things. You'll acquire a lot of soft skills. How to communicate with people. How do you communicate with people from different cultures? You have Malays, Chinese, Indians, Europeans. In a university, you'll be dealing with people from different disciplines. They have different ways of communicating, different things that are important. So in the university, that is the place to hone your skills, diversify your skills, pick up the soft skills, because that can be a factor that decides later on in the job market what happens. The next thing is regarding teamwork. Today, JELTA knows if JELTA is a standalone, we are not going to go very far. So we start collaborating with all the other stakeholders. Keith Thom, alright, the schools, students, every one of you is a stakeholder, not just the principal. So we work together, alright? So in a way you transform 3 stages. One is the individual, very individualistic. You study, you learn, it's all about yourself. But slowly, from the dependency syndrome, alright, depending on what kind of student you are, some of you are very dependent on the lecturer or the teacher to provide not just material but to teach you. Very strong dependence. From there you become independent. You are able to work on your own. You You are less dependent on others. But you'll get best results when you become a part of a team. Collaboration, teamwork, cooperation. Because when all your energies you synergize, you'll be able to go very far. You draw on the different strengths from the different people. One thing that is often neglected, which is very important, which you can do in the university so that you maximize the results, is by working on your character and personality. Especially the personality. What kind of personality are you? You can develop. That's an avenue for you to develop in the university. So let me tell you a short story. Won't take long. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. There was a frog and a scorpion. Fairy tale, animals can talk. So, the scorpion wanted to cross the river, but it cannot swim. The very minute it goes in, it's going to drown. So, it begged the frog, "Please, frog, can I take a ride on your back? I need to go across to the other side of the bank." Then the frog said, "Well, I've crossed so many times. Just hop onto my back and I will take you to the other side of the river." Frog, of course, is going to die. Scorpion's sting is very venomous. So before the frog died, it asked the scorpion, "Why did you sting me? I'm going to drown and die, but you are going to drown and die as well." And then the scorpion answered, "Sorry, I know, but that is my character and personality." So, a very important part in the university, which is often neglected because it's always academic, achievement, performance, output. Do not forget character and personality, because that is the best place, one of the best places for you to try out. Personality, how people see you, is very important. I'm sure you would have had a perception when you saw me. When you saw Keith Tong, when you saw Mr. Vincent De Silva, when you saw the principal of the school, there'll be some kind of perception about the kind of personality, okay, or the lecturer from, what do you call that, Inti University, Nila University, sorry. So you have some kind of idea. And that would be very important, because the first impression you create in the job market or in any other place, or when you stand for elections even, you will project a certain personality and people have a certain idea about you. So get involved with societies where you learn all the soft skills. Cooperate, interpersonal communication skills. How do you communicate? Do you communicate flat tone? Or your voice has a lot of expression? Confidence building measures. If you are confident, people will know. If you are not confident, people will also know. Doesn't matter how smart they are, what is their academic qualification, but they'll have a very good idea whether you're confident of your ideas or you are not. Alright, so your speaking skills, all this can be sharpened. Right? So, before I end, all the best to all of you in your coming examinations, and I hope the teachers too, alright, will be smiling next year along with the students. Remember that, yes, spirituality is very important, praying, Do your part as well. You have a brain, you have hands to tap onto the computer. Work. You do your part. The teachers know exactly what to do. Alright? Nobody needs to tell them. They'll know what kind of guidance to give. So when all three come together, and then finally, with a little bit of luck, hopefully, you can only be lucky if you work very hard. Huh? Luck seems to favor those who work very hard. I believe, looking at the traditions of this school, high performance school, I saw the number of awards that you won. Okay, I'm sure you'll keep winning. All the best to all of you, all right, in the coming examinations.